Hi folks, in this video we're looking at the next law of indices, which is if we have a number or a fraction, a or a over b, and it is being raised to the power of a negative number, let's say minus x, then all we do is take the reciprocal of that base number, which just means 1 divided by that number, or 1 over a, and for the fraction that looks like just flipping it upside down, which would be b over a. So the fraction a over b, the reciprocal of that is b over a. And then we make the power a positive number. So a to the power of minus x is 1 over a to the power of a positive x. And a over b to the power of minus x is just b over a to the power of a positive x. So that's all we do when we have a negative power. We do 1 divided by that number and then make the power a positive number. It's a bit of a strange rule, but let's apply it to a couple of examples. So let's say if we've got 5 to the power of minus 2. All we do is 1 over 5, and then we make the power positive, so 5 squared. We could have the top number squared as well, but 1 squared is just 1. Or we could think of it as the whole thing being squared. So this minus 2 just becomes a positive power. Those are all the same thing. And then 5 squared is 25, so that's 1 over 25. So 5 to the power of minus 2 is 1/25. Let's look at another example. Let's say if we've got 2/3, and that's being raised to the power of minus 4. Alright, so this looks a bit tricky. Just looking at it, it looks a bit strange. 2/3 multiplied by itself minus 4 times is a bizarre thing. It's a bizarre concept. So we could think of it as 2 to the power of minus 4 over 3 to the power of minus 4. But that might just make it look even more confusing because we've got 3 as a denominator being raised to the power of a negative 4. So what we can do, the simplest way to deal with this question is flip the fraction upside down. That's taking the reciprocal of the fraction, so 3 over 2. And then make the power positive, so the power is just 4. And that's it. So 3 to the power of 4, that's 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, that's 81. And then 2 to the power of 4 is 16. So 2/3 to the power of minus 4 is equal to 81/16. So when you have a negative power, you flip the fraction upside down. If it wasn't a fraction, if it was just a number on its own, and we have a negative power, then you just put 1 over that number, 1 over 5 squared. So 5 to the power of minus 2 is 1 over 5 squared. Any number, x to the power of a minus number, minus a, is just 1 over x, and then you make the a positive. So anytime you see that negative power, think of a fraction. You're turning it into 1 over. One way to sort of make that little connection is think of the minus sign in the power as the bar in the fraction. That minus sign kind of turns into that bar. So instead of minus a, we've got that bar and then a positive a. Alright, so that is the 5th law of indices.